Question 1190. What's the most immature thing you've seen a grown-ass adult do?
Probably what I'm doing right now.
Come on this
Dave,
show.
which going to say, which episode of Critical Questions do you want me to cite here?
I've seen some very bad things in my life, and I'm not going there.
I like Mr. Celery.
There you go
Ty.
again. Stop. Please stop trying to turn me on, Jenny. Please.
The sad thing is, I'm looking at this on my screen, and I'm looking at Pell's sock puppet, not still whilst he's talking.
Right, wait there. Ox says, go on YouTube. You've broken them all. Go on YouTube and make a fool of themselves. Yandiri says, pick their nose in public. Peter says, Stool's entire channel.
To be fair, that's true.
Stool has a channel?
Yeah?
No, I do not. No.
Really?
He does this
No.
immensely popular chat show.
No, it's lies.
I know, I've been on it.
Have
Super
you?
popular. Yes.
Have you been? Hey, have you been on it, Manda?
I thought you were being good boy, Stool.
Oh,
I'm going to say,
no,
whoever
no.
admitted to that in the chat, you're brave. You're brave.
Ox says, I know, voted for Trump.
Oh, you said, someone voted. I thought that was an admission of voting for Trump for a second, but I misread that. I apologise.
Never Again says, seriously, have you ever watched anything on the people at Walmart? Enough said.
Oh, that's you can get lost for hours on that site.
Oh my god.
2 seconds. I had to make this. Hello, Jefferson. I haven't seen you since you were in bed. How are you doing?
TMI, man.
How did this 57-year-old woman get in the...
What was that?
It was somebody doing
Oh, you're paying attention, Jenny.
It was a video about stool.
He has a squeaky tongue.
No, I'm just tooting in the chat.
Stool, stop squeaking. Ginger says, does this stream count? Yes. Katie says, try to hand out flyers to kids yelling the earth is flat.
Boom. You should add on that. Doing it the same thing again after he was arrested for it.
Jefferson, you say we only saw you asleep in your chair. It was the getting into bed part that was dramatic.
You know what's the best?
What?
When you're talking to Dave on a stream and he's iconed and he happens to be in bed and his camera switches on for a second and you see him butt fucking naked. So.
That's not immature. That's just unfortunate.
Oh my goodness. Do you have an OnlyFans, Dave?
Yes, I have to charge people. I have to pay people to subscribe.
Dave, should we make the question a little more, I don't know, a bit more difficult and say excluding YouTube?
Yes, I think we should.
What question? I missed it because my internet was
What's the most immature thing you've seen a grown-ass adult do? Excluding YouTube.
YouTube. Oh, fuck. I didn't think about that.
Now I realised I made that suggestion and I don't know how the fuck to answer that question now.
I used to teach high school and some parents. Oh my gosh.
What age would we class an adult as?
Do what?
For this question. I'm just wondering what age we would class an adult as for this question. Because I know a
should we say
16-year-old
eight?
that just went flying off a skateboard and scraped himself to buggery.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of like parents.
Covered in blood.
Had to do it.
I was thinking somebody over 35,
Over 35.
under 35. They're still children.
They're still children.
We should just say someone who's clearly old enough to know better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stool is angry.
I watched in one of my jobs as a kid. I worked with rowing boats, and you had to hold the boat while people got out. And someone tried to make a run to get off the boat before I had hold of it. I don't know if you've ever been on a small boat, but when you move,
Yeah.
an equal and opposite reaction happens to the boat.
What
So
sort
they
of size
ran-
boat?
Oh,
What sort of...
12-foot rowing boat.
Okay, yeah.
Right,
okay.
so the point is they run halfway across that boat. It is then 6 foot away, but they haven't changed their velocity or the fact that they're going to jump onto the jetty. So they basically run and then jump into the water.
It's potentially blooming dangerous as well. If they hit the flipping
Oh, yeah.
jetty as well.
Mm.
I mean, joking aside, I actually know someone. Knew someone who died misjudging getting off of a boat, and Dan whacking his head on the jetty.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's amazing how many times you do see people do things that show they have no clue about physics.
But the physics of you moving around are not learned. They're purely experience based.
Actually, in that case,
No, they're not.
They are.
As you went, Dave, as you went nautical, I'm just reminded of something. Then that I think might be a qualifying answer for me to give. And it was something that was very annoying to me at the time because I happened to be helping a friend of mine who was on the rescue boat. Two grown-ass adults from our sailing club I used to belong to, deliberately capsizing their dinghy and letting it turn turtle in the middle of the River Medina, right in front of the fucking Isle of Wight ferry.
Why?
Because they wanted to die?
Yeah. Oh well, it was more, I think, to like get us to keep pulling and I'm like, and finally it was like I said, the next time you fucking do that, you're on your you fucking swim and kiss your boat goodbye. We're not helping you.
That works. An awful lot of stuff around the beach, actually. Mel.
I'm just going to default to having had to work with parents in a high school setting. Some parents, it's just like when you see kids and you see who the kids who have like behavior issues and stuff like that, and then you see their parents and you're like, oh Lord. I had one parent, her son had truancy issues. And in addition to that, had a lot of poor behavior in my classroom, not just mine, but other teachers. And she was sitting there and she was like, well, I know on some of these days he went to the doctor. I don't know. I don't have the notes or anything, but I know he did. And she goes, I'm trying to get him to go up on medication. And, the doctors are, I don't know. He needs to have like more medication or something. And, and then she asked me, she's like, so I want to know, why are you singling out my son? So I went through, okay, he stands up in class. He walks around. He dresses the whole classroom. He'll go over and bother other students and he'll do these other things. And so I go through this whole list of behaviors. And then he would sit there and say, yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that. I'm like, okay, am I singling you out or are you singling yourself out? What's going on here? Who's singling themselves out? And then his mother goes, well, I never thought of it that way. And I'm like, okay, you want to drug your kid. You have no idea when they went to the doctor. And I'm just like, there is no bad mother pill. So there's no bad mother pill. That's what I wanted to say. So it's
Yeah.
like having to deal with parents like that a lot and go like, you have no business having kids sometimes. I mean, it's
No.
just,
Um,
ah,
I just lost
yeah.
what Jack. Right, Jack Talon says my co-worker pretended he went on holiday because everyone else had been away, but we could smell the fake tan off him once we all came back to work.
I had an
Shame.
experience.
Go on.
Everybody's done embarrassing things. Stepping off a boat wrong. That's not immature. That's embarrassing. That's just doing something stupid. For me, immaturity would be like a real life Karen. I watched a real life Karen once in a Taco Bell. Just take this 16-year-old behind the counter and absolutely excoriate them because they made an error of 10 cents. But at the same time, recognizing their own error, they offered to make it up with free food that far exceeded the 10 cents. And the woman just couldn't see any way to deal with it other than yelling at the child and calling them names and horrible comments towards their parents at this restaurant. And I want to talk to the manager and I want to talk to corporate and lady. And I just said, lady, it's a fucking dime. Why don't you shut up? And I handed her a dime. And everybody in line. That's immaturity. That's
Thing is, I
immaturity.
think any
Not
job where
wearing
you
a fucking mask. That's
Yeah, that
Well,
too.
this was
yeah.
long before that. Yeah, but yeah.
I think any job you do where you work with the public, you're going to come across people like that.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I mean, and God knows I have my job.
Manda.
Yes.
Go on.
Oh no, go ahead. Go for it, Amanda.
I was in a restaurant once, and there was a woman and her husband sitting at a table nearby, and the woman was just being rude and loud and obnoxious, and the manager came out and just asked her to leave. Said, you don't have to pay. I don't care. Just please leave. And she refused to get up until she got the rest of her food and wanted to stay. Absolutely, like stuck herself down in the seat and just,
tantrum.
I'm not leaving. Yeah, pretty much a tantrum. So another Karen, I guess.
Then Manda topped it by shouting, "Food fight!"
God, he was a kind. It was very. It makes like you see all those videos on YouTube now of the people that go into stores without masks and then refuse to leave. It was kind of like that. They're assholes. Like this is their business. They have a right to tell you how to.
I can't comprehend the people in your country that have that know that they have rights, but don't comprehend that the business owner has rights too.
Oh,
But-
don't go there. This will end in tears. Don't go there.
Still, your answer.
Seriously, don't go there. I forgot the question. Sorry.
What's the most immature thing you've seen a grown-ass adult do? Not on
Permission
YouTube.
permission to speak, please.
Please do.
Whilst you've been doing this, I've had a wee, changed my jumper, made a cup of coffee. This is hard work. So I've now forgotten the question again. So
Oh my fucking god!
This is how shit this is. I know we
Go-
appreciate.
go in your
I know
fucking
appreciate
corner.
how
No,
this
no,
is painful
Sorry,
for you,
sorry.
Amanda.
You changed
No.
jumper and chose that.
Puppets go in the corner with Sewell.
All right. Look, I'm being a good boy. Give me the question.
You keep saying it, and it's not true.
What's the most immature thing you've seen a grown-ass adult do?
Am I included in the grown-ass adult?
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Pretty much his entire existence.
We should do an all puppet show.
That's
You know what?
Dave's idea of the perfect porn. So.
Here's the thing. I actually prefer puppets to you people
I hate puppets.
because I think you people are weird.
Oh, here's the worst thing. I hadn't even seen
Well,
it
the
before.
good news, the good news stall is Spitting Image is back.
No. I'm really
Yeah.
sorry, but does that puppet not really suit Mel?
I'm going to say, Mel, you look like you've had way too much practice for that thing.
Funny thing, I used to do puppets when I went to church when I was a kid. So I was like, I was part of the puppet ministry.
You should give that one a red wig.
Yes. Matt Big says Jack Talon firing a blank firing gun in a field and passing out. Why did he pass out?
Do I have to do bad or embarrassing?
Immature.
Just
Yeah.
immature, whatever that is.
I did once. I mean, I've been on this planet for a long time, so I've got stories. But embarrassing. Can I go for embarrassing? Please?
No, it's immature. You can't change the question.
Immature.
I did once sit in a bush for about 6 hours.
With binoculars?
No, by myself.
As an adult?
Well, I don't know. 19,
Why?
20.
Why did you sit in a bush for 6 hours?
I needed a poo, but there were some
Go on.
girls, and I'm
Why
kind
are you encouraging him, Dave? What the fuck?
I want to know what happened. The suspense is killing me.
Dave, I don't anymore.
I'll be back in a moment. I can't listen to this.
No, bear with me. I'm trying to play along and be a good gentleman here, without saying any naughty things. But that was embarrassing because I did literally sit in a bush for 6 hours. I guess I was about 19 or something. I don't know, 17, whatever, 15. And I went into a bush for a quick poo because it was in a weird place, and I couldn't come out of the bush. That's not a euphemism. I couldn't come out of the bush because I was terrified of people seeing me come out of the bush.
Uh-huh.
Because if you're seen coming out of the bush, that means they know you've had a poo.
Who automatically goes that? Oh, they're coming out of bush. That means they pooed there.
It's obviously the poo bush. Doorknob
It's
Head
the
says,
poo bush.
I did that too. True story. I pooped in a bush and then fell asleep. And the worst thing is, I'm fairly certain I've heard that story from Doorknob Head before.
Oh my goodness.
That is actually
You
a true
didn't-
story.
Well, you didn't fall asleep in it. Oh no, I don't know.
Right, Jefferson Spatchcock says, right, after a statewide mask mandate for businesses, a father brought his kids to a local grocery store, but intentionally avoided wearing a mask or having his kids wear them. When he was denied entry, he brandished his gun. He managed to bring that and paste in front of the store, screaming about his rights. Arsehole.
I used to work at Chick-fil-A a long time ago, and I had people come in and ask me, I would like an order of spaghetti, please. And then or I want a hamburger. And then they would get mad because I couldn't give them spaghetti or a hamburger. I'm like, they only do chicken there. That's it.
That's it. That doesn't. I've seen people do that. Jefferson is doubting both Doorknob Head and Stool. He doesn't think they were in the bush having a poo. He thinks they were doing something else.
No, this is a true
And he
story.
mentioned girls. Stool mentioned girls a little bit ago.
He did.
A bit ago that there was girls nearby. And so he's like, there's girls nearby. Some I have my drawers down in a bush while they're walking around. That's what that sounds like. That's a bit creepy, Stool.
Look at him, he says. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.